Now we shall look at the Water Act, that is Prevention and Control of Pollution. So the Government of India formulated this Act in 1974 to be able to prevent pollution of water by industrial, agricultural and household wastewater that can contaminate our water sources. So basically the main pollution is generated either by industries or by agriculture or by households, that is domestic. Agriculture, in the sense we use a lot of pesticides and fertilizers, chemical fertilizers, so they enter into the water stream and contaminate our water resources. The main objective of Water Act are to provide for prevention, control and abatement of water pollution and the maintenance or restoration of water. So water is a very precious commodity. So we need to see that the pollution of water is minimized and controlled, and that is taken care by the Water Act of 1974. The state and central government has set up pollution control boards to monitor the water pollution. So as discussed in the Air Act, both the central government as well as state government have set up pollution control boards which take care of the implementation of this act. So what are the salient features? Salient means important features. The act aims at restoration of wholesomeness of water. See, wholesomeness of water means we drink water, so water should be not having any strong odor, smell should not be there, strong taste should not be there, strong color should not be there. Okay, so this is the wholesomeness, whatever we enjoy drinking this water. No? So water should be wholesome, no pathogens, bacteria and all should be there. The water is designed to assess pollution levels and punish polluters. So basically it is designed to see that the industries or agriculture or households, they don't pollute, and if somebody is polluting, there are provisions for punishment. The Water Act of 1974 along with the amendments in 1978 is an extensive legislation with more than 60 sections for prevention and control of water pollution. So this is the main provision actually. It has 60 sections and it was implemented in 1974 but again amended in 1978. This act empowers the boards to take water samples for analysis, govern discharge of sewage, trade effluents, study or inspect appeals. So when the pollution control board takes some water samples and analyzes them in the laboratories and finds something wrong, then they will give some notice to the show cause notice to the industries, and then the industries will appeal. So this appeal also they will study, and revision of policies, set minimum and maximum penalties, publication of names of offenders. If somebody is willfully offending, then their names are published in media. Offences by companies or government departments, then establish or recognize water testing laboratories and standard testing procedures. So each water has got more than 50 parameters to be tested. So there are some recognized laboratories also, and also some standard procedures are given as per Indian standard procedures. There are procedures for testing the water. And prevention and control of water pollution is achieved through a permit or a consent administration procedure. So before the industry is set up, the industry has to take a permit. Okay, the administration will give the consent. And discharging effluents is permitted by obtaining the consent of state water boards. So whatever these industries are there, mainly they have a lot of effluents, so they have to take the consent of the state government through the water pollution boards, state pollution boards. Like you have got some now Grasim industries in Karwar, in Goa you have got a lot of pharma industries, and you have got paper mills at Tandeli. So they have taken the consent of the State Pollution Control Board to discharge their effluents. Effluents mean liquid discharges whatever they do, that is known as effluents. Now, what are the penalties? If somebody is willfully disobeying, then he can be penalized. Like somebody is not furnishing the required information to the board, or failing to inform the occurrence of any accident. If for example every year they are supposed to make some information to the board, so if they are not doing, then also they can be taken up. Or if there is some accident in the industry, that also has to be brought to the notice of Pollution Control Board. An individual or organization that fails to comply with the directions given in the subsections of the law can be convicted or punished with imprisonment for a term of 3 months or with a fine of Rs 10,000 or both, and in case failures continue, an additional fine of Rs 5,000 per day. So, these penalties can be in terms of imprisonment, putting in jail for 3 months, or a fine of Rs 10,000 or both. And if again in spite of this they still continue, then just to hurt them or discourage them, a daily penalty of 5,000 rupees can also be imposed. And if a person is already convicted for any offence and is found for guilty of the same offence again for the second time, then he would be, the punishment of 3 months can be increased to 2 years and can be extended to even 7 years with monetary penalty. So, these acts are very detailed acts, as it 60 sections we have seen. So, everything is very given in detail. So, any failure on the part of the management of the organization to comply with the norms of the act can be taken up very seriously, and they can be penalized. Initially it is small, 3 months and 10,000 rupees, and continuous means again 5,000 rupees per day, or willful disobedience or doing it again, conviction for a second time, then it can go up to from 2 years to 7 years of imprisonment. So, the very strong provisions are there in the Water Act of 1974.